I think I'm gonna try to escape from the pool. That's probably the right option. Quickly you snatch up your bow and quiver, run to the pool. The water is clear and the light in the chamber. You can see the large hole near the bottom, which must be how the merfolk come and go. Unfortunately, it's dark and beyond that. I'm guessing the merfolk will help me in this one. Unfortunately, it's dark and beyond that. Your glowing gem might help with the light, but was destroyed, apparently as part of Azazel's teleportation. Not looking forward to getting into that chilly water. You strip off your cloak, wrap your sword in it. Between the sword and your sack of gold, you'll have a bit of an anchor to pull you down. Hopefully, make the swim a little easier, at least until you need to go up. Then we can drop the gold. The doors shake with a renewed vigor. The hinge that had been loosened earlier pops off and splashes into the floor. A large claw curls around the inner edge of the door. Holy shit, that sounds like a Dark Souls boss. Where the hinge had been trying to pry it open. The claw might belong to the demon you saw earlier, down in the stadium. Did I see a demon down in the stadium? I don't remember. The claw might belong to the demon you saw down in the stadium. But who can say with demon claws? The thicker wood groans under the strain. I don't remember any demon in the stadium. What stadium are we talking about? The one where the 3 people were getting tortured, 2 goblins and 1 guy? I don't remember there being a demon there. Yeah, I legitimately don't remember what the fuck are they talking about, but okay. You do you. You take a deep breath and dive into the pool. Although you're a strong swimmer, this is going to be difficult with your clothes and longbow slung onto your back. You frog kick hard with your legs. Anchor out in front of you. Everything is blurry, yet you're able to make out the hole, and soon you're through it. As you descend, the light from the chamber above quickly fades. You're in darkness. On you go, desperately hoping for any light. There's nothing down here but smooth walls and cold black. Your breath is running out. I'm going to drown, you think. You continue on for a few more kicks. At this point, you're not sure you can make it back. You're about to drop your anchor and try to retrace your way. Something warm claps around your arm. A monster, you think. Your sword is wrapped in your cloak and your dagger is destroyed. There is no defense. You struggle. Something wraps around your neck. You're being pulled. In your panic, you suck in water. Perhaps it's better to die this way. Better than Thog. To your shock, the water filling your lungs is not suffocating. Rather, it is like taking a heavy breath of fresh air. Gods, am I dead already, you wonder? The warmth pulls you and you do not resist. Instead, you take a big, heavy lungfuls of water, each one a blessed relief. Although it's pitch dark, you know you're moving faster because you can feel the resistance of water flowing around your body. You clutch the contents of your cloak tightly as it drags against the rushing water. Faint light appears ahead. By the way, if you had not met the merfolk, I'm guessing if you don't meet the merfolk and the crown guard shows up, there's no way to win that situation. I'm guessing every single one of those is a death check. If you just go straight for the fight, you immediately die so that you're forced into meeting the merfolk. I'm guessing that's what the case is. This is not. I've said this before. This show is very linear. The only thing changes are your stats and the fucking writing. But other than that, nothing much. Where are we? Although it is still pitch dark, you know you are moving faster because you can feel the resistance of water flowing around your body. You clutch the contents of your cloak tightly as it drags through against the rushing water. Faint light appears ahead. It might be above, below, or neither. You're lost track of as you rush along. As the light gets stronger, you can see an undulating large tail. Then there is light all around you. You're at the bottom of a pool. You can see the side walls, the surface above. You turn your head to regard your rescuer, a mermaid. Underwater, everything is blurry, and with her pale skin, she could as easily be a strong swimming underwater vampire as a mermaid. Except for her eyes, which are too blue to be human or vampire. She belongs in the water, and then there's the huge fishtail waving below her. That's a dead giveaway. You smile at her. You're sure it's a big, stupid smile, but who cares? You're alive and once again in the embrace of a beautiful woman, even if she's part fish. As you smile gratefully at her, you see that her eyes are not on you. They're pointed up towards the surface. You follow her gaze and see blurry movements. That must be near the pool's edge. Her delicate mouth frowns, then she turns in a set line. She waves her powerful tail. You're on the move again. I'm guessing she's trying to find a water hole, where no one's on the surface because they said blurry movement, so I'm guessing someone's up there. She waves her powerful tail. You're on the move again, through another dark hole, darkness again. Where are we going, you ask, although it sounds only vague like words underwater. Be silent, she says. Her words are clear and seem to come from all directions at once, as underwater noises do. You do not know who might hear you. You shut up and try to relax. I may need my strength soon, you think. Yeah, as always. When can we really relax? The only time we have been able to sort of relax in this whole, since this whole situation started, was at the start when we were drinking, and after that when we were with Anna. And even then, the fucking little boys were troubling us. But at least these two situations have been the only one, I think, where we've been at ease to some extent. I so very hope that they would have at least one illustration in this, because I have to use old thumbnails again, because there's just no more illustrations coming in for me to use as thumbnails. I just to use old ones. Despite the warmth of the mermaid touch, you're becoming numb by the rushing chilly water. In the darkness, there's nothing more to do but shiver and hold on to your cloak that contains your valuables and sword. Finally, you burst up into the air, although you only know this by feel, as it's still pitch dark. Are we still on the ground? You want to ask, but it comes out as a gagging sound. Then you're retching, bringing up the water from your lungs. Your hands find hard stone. You're shoved from underneath by the mermaid's warm hands, and now you up on what must be stone ledge beside the water. You shall be safe here for now, says the mermaid. Nothing comes down here other than my own kind. Where, you try to speak, but you continue to cough and rush water onto the stone. It is our haven, she says. You're not to speak of it to anyone. You cough. I can't even. You sputter. Can't see anything. Apologies. Riverfolk need not sunlight to see by. That wouldn't make any sense. That does not make any sense. Like, the only way I can accept that was if she were using echolocation, or she was using like what is that thing called? Like, she was using magic to see. Even infrared would not work in this situation. Even infrared like collects like very small amounts of light that we normally aren't able to see with, and uses that to see. But is that how it works? I thought I read about this. I think night vision goggles work that way, not infrared. Infrared would normally just work as it always has worked. I think night vision goggles work that way. They collect the light, and then somehow you're able to see in the night. But infrared would obviously work because it's a light source. So since there is no light source here, the only way they can see is if they were to use echolocation, or they were to use some magic bullshit. Other than that, I would not believe that they were able to see. Okay, apologies. The river folk need not the sunlight to see by, she says. Is it true that you slew the Hezro demon? You suck in air, summon up one last bout of coughing. Now the water is mostly out of your lungs. Would it be a good thing if I did? You ask. He was very cruel to us, she says. Yes, I slew him, you say. You're speaking of the huge frog fiend, right? Argos was his name. That was him, she says, her voice taking on a hard edge. I separated his loathsome head from his horrid shoulders, you say. You have my gratitude and that of my people, she says. Now I must go. Wait. You give me your thanks and leave me here. I'll freeze to death down here. I will not be gone long. Argos, the demon you slew, has one of ours as captive. We must find our brethren with no delay. You will be safe from the house down here. Only the river children know of this place. Warm me up before your words are cut off. Even now he's talking about fucking. Fucking. He's talking about fucking. Warm me up before your words are cut off by a fresh bout of coughing. Your skin is warm. You cough again, and some light. No answer and no sound except the noise of rippling water. No doubt she's gone. You shiver as you strip off your soaking clothes down to your undergarments. You curl up on the stone, but that is too cold. You stand up and press your arms tight in around your body. What does not long mean to a mermaid, you ask, your shivering words echoing. Clamp your mouth shut. After all, you're safe from the house down here. Aren't these water creatures, these children of river, agents of House Rude here? Am I an enemy of the house, you wonder? Darren may have controlled Ring City, but he was not the head of the house, far from it. Will they know what you are doing? Yes, they know. They already know. I'm sure they know. Considering they have known since the day we entered this place, they know. Will they know what you did, or are all the witnesses dead? Likely they will figure out who is to blame for the slaughter. Gathering information is what the house does. This pitch darkness reminds you of the darkness spell that Thog's abomination cast. Although at least you can hear. What of Thog, you wonder? The house sold you to his minions. Darren even told them that he had you, which means that they know you're here. What happens when you're not delivered as promised? They will come looking for me, you think. You hope that mermaid finds her friend soon. Even if she does, will she come back before you die of cold? Is it that cold? Holy shit, is it a fucking freezer or something? Merfolk probably know nothing of the needs of land people. Leave it to the dark elf to prefer living underground. You mutter to yourself. You always assume the layer of Rudahish to be lavish and comfortable. Headquarters in other cities are probably much nicer. You take your mind off your misery. You get to work wringing out your clothes, using your sense of touch to find them. After finishing, you lay them out on the stone. You find your sword unsheathed. To your disappointment, it does not glow. You put on your sword belt. The weight is reassuring around your thin, wet, damp fabric of your underclothes. What do? I'm not that down bad. I would pray to Agra, alright? I think I'm gonna explore the surroundings by touch. The mermaid friend said that this place is their haven. A haven might have something useful in it. Besides, it would be wise to have some understanding of your surroundings. Explore by touch, careful so as to not fall back into the water. The floor extends in further from the water's edge. Feeling the surface of the floor, you determine that you're not actually in a cave as you assumed you were. The stone beneath you is worked by man or some other kind of builder. You can feel the ancient mortar. Likely you're in the underground city. It is not long before you find a wall. A cool breeze is coming from a direction, away from the lapping sound of the water. You've been in. A hallway ahead? You trace back your steps to confirm your bearing. Soon you feel with your feet your damp clothes that laid out on the stone. You must be back at the water's edge. I'm guessing this is a room where like one side there's like a small water puddle the same way we were in the main chamber, and there's the door on the other side which leads to hallway. Interesting. Something splashes not too far away. A fish? You stare wide-eyed in the direction of the sound, but it is useless. Your eyes may as well be glued shut, yet it's completely dark. A whispering voice echoes off the wall. You don't understand the words. Your stomach falls. Your stomach falls? Oh, it's like a sinking feeling sort of thing. You almost call out for the mermaid, but the whispering isn't right. It's not her, nor could you imagine it's any of her kind. More splashing, this time a little nearer. When the whispering starts again, it sounds familiar. The language is one of hopelessness. Hopelessness, that's interesting. Thog, you think. No, perhaps it is just your mind imagining what you most fear. We shall not be denied. Comes the whispering voice in the common tongue. Yes, it's Thog, you think. A few ideas comes to you. You can focus on drawing your sword and attempting to call upon its power. Another option is focus on moving away from the water, assuming you can do this in the pitch darkness. Finally, you can simply stay still and listen. I think I'm going to draw my sword, because if it's Thog, it's more than likely going to shine my sword. Because Aletheia would not like Thog. Let's draw the sword. Light. I need light, Demon's Bane. You whisper as you draw. I don't think that's a good idea to say that out loud, but okay. You whisper as you draw your sword. Almost immediately, it begins to glow faintly, just enough for you to see some distance, while not blinding you. You're in a hand-worked tunnel on the ledge of an underground. Tunnel. Tunnel in the same 2 times in the same sentence. That's kind of weird. Behind you is a wall that leads into darkness. There's a flash of slimy inkiness in the water before you. Something terrible moving fast. I have decreases too, and I immediately died because I didn't have health. And you're supposed to have more health there. You back up as the tentacle streaks out of the water and wraps around your ankle and tugs. You fall and are being dragged towards the water. When you swim and slice the tentacle in half, another tentacle shoots out, slam you in the side of the head. As you finally succumb to your wounds. Let's redo that choice. And instead of changing our action, I would just, we will find it that out what's the best option in, what is that? We'll find out the best option when we're doing the best options video. So for now, we'll just boost our stats 1 so that we can survive this and draw our sword again. This time, where are we? Have you already read all that? You fight to remain conscious as the tentacle that struck you wraps around your throat. In a panic, you saw on the tentacle with your blade. For a moment, you cannot breathe. Your neck cracks, threatening to break. But then the tentacle lets go and retreats into the water. Realizing that this beast has advantage in the water, you retreat back into the hole. Your feet are knocked out from under you, probably by a swiping tentacle. You fall face first. Your sword clatters out of your hand. That's gotta hurt. Falling face first. Your sword clatters out of your hand. The glow from the blade goes out. That's a problem. You roll in the darkness as you feel wet brushing the skin of your cheek. Wet brushing the skin of your cheek. What does that even mean? Just water, okay. As you roll away from the searching tentacle, your hand finds the cool, sharp blade of your sword, the sting of its cut. Working your way down the weapon, you grasp the hilt and the glow returns. Then the weapon bursts into white flame. You squint past the fire, see the horror approaching you. Sliding along the stone floor is a tentacled horror, similar to the godling you had fought earlier. Yet this one has embedded in its soggy flesh a familiar face. The High Priestess of Thog, you and Avis slew. Why is she still alive? Although her eyes are shut, you recognize her beyond doubt. Her mouth is open in agony. It slithers forward, powered by its tentacles.